Hi, thank you to Joyce and Mary Beth Guile who wanted to know, how do you use sweet basil oil for sinus problems? It wouldn't be my first choice if I'm honest, guys. I can tell you how to use it. There's several different ways, but my choice would be as an inhalation. And just in case you weren't aware, there is a book about sweet basil and all of this is outlined in there. So an inhalation, there's sort of two different ways of doing that. The first is with a big bowl of hot water and a towel over your head. So if we're using it for sinus problems, all that's going to do is decongest. Now, I know if you've got really stuffed up sinuses, that's all you want. But the chances are there's probably an underlying infection that's causing it. And really, there's nothing about sweet basil that would really kill the infection. It is antibiotic in a lot of different ways, but really I think probably you're looking at something like tea tree or myrrh, just to really boost it along and to kill the infection that's under there. And those sinus infections can underlie acne or skin complaints or even headaches for a long time, and they're just always there. And if that's something that you are suffering with, then I think sweet basil is lovely, but I think that you need to be addressing the underlying infection too. The second way that I would use it is in a facial massage treatment, and to do that is the best way is to just get a little bit of vegetable oil. I use olive oil because I'm lazy. It's in the kitchen, so it's a hand, so that'll do me. So all we do, and I think there's probably other videos of me doing this, possibly wearing the same clothes, funnily enough, but that's not deliberate. It's just, it's cold. So I would work across here first, and all I do is very small circles out, right? And I'm working, and I'm coming down. And so here, for example, is a tender area on me, and that hurts. And so if you just place the pressure on for a little while, you'll find that after a while that pain just goes ooh, and it's gone. And what's happened is you've opened up an acupressure point, and the energy that was going, I can't get through, suddenly goes, I can get through. And so yeah, you're freeing up that energy flow. So there we go. So we're working down, and then when we get to the eyebrows, we're going to work just right at the top of them, and you'll feel, there's loads of acupressure points here. That's where you will feel the pressure. And then under. So we're going to change. You'll notice I've been working that way, and now I'm going that way, because just pushing up makes such a difference, being able to pinpoint exactly where those acupressure points are. So just to recap, we're going across here, little circles, little circles, little circles. Professional tip, we mustn't actually, if we're going to do this on somebody else, which you shouldn't be because you're not trained, but if you were, we never lose contact. So we get to the edge, one finger moves in, the next finger moves in, we're going out. So when you're massaging a person, you're always sustaining that feeling of trust, so they don't go, hands are gone, where are they going to put them, are they cold? Well, we don't have that because we're walking. Yeah, so there. So here, this gets very congested with sinuses, right? We're going under. Oh my goodness, there's lots here. You won't be too pained until we get, I have good cheekbones, but they're disappearing as I get older, but you can see that I am hooking under. Oh, it hurts, and I haven't even got a sinus problem today. So that's your big one there. Okay, and we're working around, and this action of hooking, that's really good for getting right in there. Okay, and that's it, right? So that's your facial massage, and of course you can integrate it and just, oh, it's all good for the It's all good for the skin, it's all good for the muscular tissue under the skin, lifting, relaxing, because let's be honest, who looks prettier in the face looks like that? So we're going to relax it all, yeah? So that's lovely, okay? Under the jawline, there are a few more, not lots, but it's useful just to do it, to loosen off the jawline so we're not looking like that. So we're doing that, okay? So we've got this olive oil with a couple of drops of sweet basil, and you don't need much more. Let's just think about sweet basil for a second. Over and above the effects on the sinuses, it's really uplifting, so it's fantastically empowering, but also it's anti-inflammatory. So if it has been inflamed for weeks and weeks and weeks, then the basil will bring that down. Now let's just think about the sinuses themselves first of all. Did you know that you have 4 pairs of sinuses? So even though we're working them here, we're only getting to the frontal sinuses, okay? Do you know what the sinuses are? I have to say, I always kind of thought they were nerves, but they're not. The olfactory nerves go through the channels, the bony channels that let air go through and resonate the voice box, and it's the air channel that's the sinus cavity. And so sinus problems happen when there's inflammation that stops that air being able to go through. We're born with 2 sets, and the others develop as we get older. The problem that you've got is you can't access them all, because one set in particular, ethmoid sinuses, may be wrong, might be right, might be wrong, but they're behind the eyes and they're in the brain. So we can't really get to them by using the essential oils in the facial massage. So that's why the inhalation is so good, because that goes straight up the nose. Hello, I'm right where I need to be. But as you trace up, you can feel the sinus pressure here. I don't know why I bother doing my hair, because I always end up messing it when I think about sinuses. So we make your hand like a spider, and it's a rigid spider, and we're moving the scalp. And see how it's not just my hair that's going, my whole scalp's going. And when we get to the top, ow, this is the acupressure point we want to do, right? What's really important is you're not just using the essential oils to do this, you're using the acupressure points, and the acupressure in itself is powerful, and then you're putting a sledgehammer into it to really make it fast. So whatever you do, don't overstimulate those acupressure points. So we're going to do it once, and we're not going to do it before we go to bed, because everything's going to go, you're going to do it all night. So this is a kind of tea time thing, or even better, lunchtime or morning. You know, it's not a big, long process. You can do it before you go to work, if you set the alarm 10 minutes earlier. What's really useful though is if you have a friendly being at home who will give you a massage on your neck and shoulders, especially if you look at the picture of the muscles, they kind of go like that, right? Those muscles that go like that across the shoulder mantle and the top of the back, they're full of acupressure points for the sinuses, and they just, the stiffer you are, the worse your sinuses are going to be. So it will roll out the shoulders. We're going to do a bit of this daily. Get used to relaxing it, because you know what, that's causing your sinuses. So roll it out and get somebody to really get into that shoulder mantle, really knead it in. You're using your basil oil and doing it down. One last thing, excuse me, everything might fall down in a moment because I'm going in my desk. These are good. These are good. If you haven't used one of these before, I call them a smelly stick. I don't know whether I started that or Jane Lawson started it first, but we both kind of decided they don't really have a name otherwise. Maybe they're called inhalers, but people with asthma have inhalers. These aren't inhalers, but you know what I mean. This is one of these. So what happens, this is an empty one, but it comes with like a cotton wool bud that goes, it's like a thin tampon that goes in, and you put the oils, if you break it down so that it opens out, you can put the oils down it, and you put it in there and you go, don't stick it up your nose. I just don't like it. There's no reason not to, but it's just more ladylike, because the oils, the volatiles, are going to go up your nose without you shoving it up and injuring anything. They're going to go up your nose here into the brain, so affecting the emotions, but also into that sinus to unblock it too. So there's your 3-tiered approach. I say, but let me think, how else would I use basil? I wouldn't use, I would also use gingergrass for sinuses, and I think possibly if you're not getting to the root of the sinus problem with the basil, use all of those tips with a drop of gingergrass, and I bet you're a little bit better off. Anyway, I hope that's helped you. So thank you for your question, and good luck with the basil oil.